I know some people don't have their parents to lean on. You have to find somebody.
You got the same
One person that I really love at UFB is Miss Knowlton. She's at the Career Services. Any of y'all go to UFB, you need to get in contact with Career Services. They're gonna help you. They're gonna help you understand what Mr. Russell was talking about with credit. When he first told me about that, I didn't understand, because he was actually my tax person. I didn't understand nothing he said. That's why I called Mom and said, Mom, help me understand what Mr. Russell said. She broke it down, and we talked, all three of us talked together, and when my mama explained it back to me, that credit that he was saying, that's a kill on, that helped me get no credit all the way to good credit in 4 months. So, just take your time, y'all, but don't be prideful. If you have questions, ask those questions, find resources, find a person who's good at that, and just ask them.
Honestly, the stuff I had in my notes is an amalgamation of all the things they said. So you're probably going to hear me repeat some stuff too. When it comes to independence, I would like to say that a lot of us are creating independence every day, like even as we're children, as we're growing, because we find independence in ourselves and our situations and things of that nature. It's not in a label, it's in you. It's what you find appealing. But with that, when it came to me and me finding independence, I'll be honest, I would say that I've finally started to find independence once I started doing something I love, which is approximately like 2 weeks ago when I started teaching. So I kind of like made a little list of the things that I would say is quite noticeable. So the first thing I would say is, if you are trying to find independence, prioritize. But the thing with that is priorities change, and that is completely okay. Be flexible with life, because it might be important today and not tomorrow, but that is okay. The second thing I would say is, don't push yourself. And when I say don't push yourself, it's going back to what they said, take your time, relax. If you're focused on too many things, it can get really hard. It can start to weigh you down, and then you just get overrun. It's your life, live it. The next thing I would start with is on patience and procrastination. That is something that I had a really big problem with, which I'm not going to get to the root cause of all of that because that is a psychology lesson in its own. But I will say that remind yourself that it is okay to fail or make a mistake. One mess up does not define your life story, especially when it comes to independence. I was the type of person to where if I made a mistake, I'm frozen. I can't do anything else. That was one of my stressor responses. But my father and my brother had to remind me, like, Faith, if you miss a day, like say you miss a day working out, or you forgot to call somebody about scheduling an appointment, bank statement, any of that, it is completely okay to go back and continue it. Your life doesn't stop right there. I promise it does not. So if you miss a day or you miss your mark, keep going. My next thing would be on finding your independence, perseverance, because again, it is something that is continuous with your life. Some things are just a means to an end, and once you get older, you start to realize what exactly a means to an end is, and it is just continuation, enjoying the journey. For you all, I'm not going to give you homework, but if you ever feel like it, read The Alchemist, a great book that teaches you to learn, love the journey. Just also remember, like, there is a goal line even if you can't see it. When I had graduated high school, I remember 2 hours after graduating saying, like, now what? Because I was still dependent. I was still living with my family. I did not have a plan. I was not expecting to go to college. Truthfully, I didn't think about any of that. So just enjoy where you're at as you're finding your independence and yourself, because it's a lifelong thing. Even if you can't see it. And be vulnerable. Again, it is okay to ask for help. Pride can stop that. Fear of being seen as stupid or unintelligent can stop you on those things. At the end of the day, nobody's going to remember this years and years and years from now. It does not stop you. Now listen, I done seen some embarrassing things. I done some embarrassing things. But I promise you, it does not stop your life. Keep trucking. Be vulnerable. Open yourself. Even if it's opening yourself to yourself and you're dissecting your own self. Be vulnerable with yourself. You're only human. Be you and find your excellence. That was one of the things I was telling them in my interview. My frame of work, the way I believe, is excellence and contentment. Can anybody tell me what you think that means?
I would say it's always doing your best, whatever your best is. And, I would say it's always doing your best, answering your question. It's
Mhm.
always doing your best, and no matter how it turns out, you're still trying.
To be honest with you, Gold Star. You know what? Pretty much that is what it is. So you're still striving. You're still going no matter what happens. Even if you are stagnant, there is no such thing as stagnant because growth is not stunted. Growth is only stunted if you're not continuous. So find your place, kind of like a catalyst. Things go up and then it goes stable. Be happy and be okay with your contentment and your stability until it's time for growth again, when you're finding your independence or if you're continuing in life. That is all okay. No matter what, just know you have a family and you have people that want to see you succeed. You have New Salem. Even if this is not your church home, you know we would all love for you to be here. And it's okay. We will help you find your independence. And if you have any questions, I guess we're opening it up. Oh, final comments. Okay.
I agree wholeheartedly with everything that's been said. I really hope that you can take those nuggets that we have given you. And also, I want to expand upon the fact that you have so many different careers going down this line. And not all of them took college. Some people are doing double things. Shania's a licensed cosmetologist. She does hair. And she's trying to be a sonographer. So, and those are the people that do your ultrasounds. A lot of people don't know all the different careers you can do in the medical field. We only think about nurse, doctor. There's so many things you can do in so many fields. So hone in on your special talents. And if that leads you in so many different directions, master those talents that you have and make money off of them. That's what you do. Don't be prideful, but be happy about who you are. Stand strong in who you are. Finances are very important. I'm just now getting in that mindset about taking my finances seriously. I'm a very transparent person. I'll be real with you about who I am. So I had comfort pillows that run to my rescue all the time, you know. But now I'm in that area. I'm 30 years old, and I'm just like, hey, I want to do it myself. You know, I want to have something. I want my child to look at me as his comfort, you know, when mine is gone. So those things that we're giving you as you journey into independency, I'm pretty much completely independent at this point, but I still have to depend on some help. So again, don't ever feel like I got it on my own. No, that's nobody's story. If they said that, they're telling a story. So I'm being respectful, you know. But yeah, just keep that in mind, and that's all I have for y'all.
How to get us out of different situations. Alright? Don't be prideful. Ask for help. If you didn't understand what that financial aid person told you the first time, it's their job to tell you again. But you have to speak up and ask them, ma'am, I did not understand it. Can you explain it again? Okay? Y'all enjoy college, but stay focused.
I wasn't going to give a final remark, but now that I realize I do have to give a final remark. Make sure you're doing your passion. Make sure you like what you're doing. Whether you're continuing your education or not, money can only get you so far. And don't get me wrong, money solves a lot of problems now. But specifically, if your heart is not in it, you're not going to enjoy what you're doing. So if you are continuing your education or going in life, do what makes you happy. Do what brings you that peace, what gets you giddy, what gives you those butterflies, what makes you afraid to do because you're afraid people might think you're not good at it. If it makes you feel something, it was meant for you to do. Make sure you go out and do it.